Hello everybody, it is me, Mr. Vince, and I hope you all have an amazing day today. And in this video, I'm going to be counting down the top 5 items inside of Roblox Jailbreak. Now before I continue on, if you guys have enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like, feel free to subscribe as well, and feel free to hit the bell icon to never miss a video. And by the way guys, I will not be including weapons in this video, because weapons in Jailbreak are meant to oof other players. So I will only be counting down the items that are beneficial for one player or another. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into number 5. Coming in at the number 5 spot is the flashlight. Now the only purpose of a flashlight is to emit light upon activation. Unfortunately, due to the fact that lighting is just much brighter than it was before, flashlights became much more useless. However, if you are trapped in the middle of nowhere and you don't have any vehicles to use, flashlights may be beneficial, but other than that, they're not too helpful. They are, however, beneficial during the night because nights are darker, so that's good. Now, flashlights are still usable up to this day, and flashlights are among the only items to include a unique animation upon equipping. So, as you can see, when you equip a flashlight, it will play this pretty neat animation. Now, back in the day, many items in Jailbreak used to have this animation, although some items were a little bit different than the others. So, the flashlight still maintains its OG animation, which I think is kind of cool. I hope they don't remove it because I think the animation that plays when you equip a flashlight is very smooth. Now, flashlights are pretty cheap in the gun shop, so you don't have to pay a lot of money to get one, and they were free. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into number 4. Coming in at the number 4 spot is the glider. Now, gliders were introduced back in 2018, and these are much more beneficial than flashlights because gliders allow players to travel quicker in the air. Now, they are much more beneficial than parachutes because players can go faster while using a glider compared to using a parachute. Unfortunately, the only downside with a glider is that you can only use it once and you need to get another glider again after using it. Now, in order to get a glider, you have to go to the glider shop. Some robberies restrict gliders so you can't use them, notably the 2. Now, gliders are really helpful in the bank because you can use the glider inside of the corridor bank floor to avoid having to use the explosive doorway. So that is one benefit with the glider inside of the bank. But yeah, the glider is really beneficial. It allows you to escape from any enemy nearby. And unlike the flashlight, gliders are free, so you do not need to pay any money to get one. The only downside though is that you need to go back to the glider shop each time just to get a glider. But without further ado, let's go ahead and move on to number 3. Coming in at the number 3 spot are binoculars. Now, binoculars are really beneficial because you can view objects from a far distance. The only downside with binoculars is the fact that you can't view every object from a far distance because the graphics quality still limits how far you can view any object nearby. So for example, if your graphics is low, you can only view a certain amount of objects at one distance. However, if your graphics is at max, then you'll be able to view a lot of objects from a far distance. And the binoculars are one of 2 items that allow you to view the casino code with ease, with the other being the sniper. So the binoculars are really, really helpful. Now sadly, you do have to pay money to get the binoculars from a gun shop, but other than that, you're good to go. Now I do love the animation that plays when you're holding them, and I just think it's really nice. Although I do wish that they have improved the binoculars because they are pretty useless right now. But they're still really fantastic, and I do suggest that you use binoculars at any time. But let's go ahead and move on to number 2. Coming in at the number 2 spot is the donut. Now, donuts have been in the game for a really long time, ever since mid-2017 when the donut shop was introduced. Now, donuts did not really serve a purpose back in the day because you couldn't heal with them, although you were able to eat them many times. However, in an update in 2018, which also brought a couple more things, you now actually take one bite of a donut and you will be able to heal as well. So as you can see, I ate a donut and my donut is gone. Back in the day, you could eat it as many times as you want, but now you can only eat it one time. So that's unfortunate, but it only makes sense because you will heal when eating a donut. Now, that is the only good thing about a donut, and other than that, that's pretty much it. Once you eat a donut, you have to either pickpocket a police just to get a donut as a criminal or a prisoner, although it's only a 25% chance of getting a donut from pickpocketing, or you can just go to the donut shop just to get another donut. Now, donuts are really helpful because they are one of the few items that heal up the player. So if you eat a donut, well, that's good because you'll be able to heal up. I also love the animations that are being used with the donut. So a big shout out to AsimoBatCC for working on the donut. Let's hope that donuts do get updated in the near future because donuts are kind of feeling outdated. Although some glitches have been patched within the donut, so that's good. Now, another thing that you guys probably don't know about is that the donut used to have many different colors. However, it just only has one color because the donut shop mainly focuses on one color of the donut, and that is just pink. So as you can see, all the donuts that you get are pink, so it only makes sense. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to number 1. Coming in at the number 1 spot is the Force Field Launcher. Now, the Force Field Launcher was introduced in the 2019 3 billion visits update. Now, the Force Field Launcher used to be a little bit different because the model of it was really different. However, in the March 2020 update, it has been changed to the model that we know and love today. So, the OG model didn't really stay for long. So, unfortunately, we got this model instead. I didn't really like the new model, so I did prefer the old one, but the new one is neat and all. So in order to use the Force Field Launcher, you just have to use the activate thingamajiggy and you'll be able to use it. So it's not too hard to use it. Now, back in the day, mobile players used to be able to tap on the screen to use the Force Field Launcher. However, as of the November 2021 update, this has been changed, so you now have to press a button to use it instead. This is because mobile players had difficulties trying to move the camera while holding a Force Field Launcher. This also went for many other items like the glider, the sword, and the baton. Now, Force Field Launchers are meant to heal up players as well as protect them from bullets. This is really helpful for those who are playing on the police team, although the only downside with the Force Field Launcher is that you do need to be concerned about rockets, C4s, grenades, and some other factors, because you are still vulnerable to those. However, you are completely invulnerable to bullets unless the bullets manage to go through the Force Field Launcher, which in that case is probably impossible, unless if you are not too good at the game, or you just put the force field at the wrong spot. Another problem with the force field is the fact that you do need to wait until you can spawn another one, so that way you can't really cheat with the force field launcher. Now, it has went through a change in a certain update to where the force field launcher now has a reload whenever a force field disappears. Back in the day, you used to be able to use the force field launcher again as soon as the force field disappeared. However, in one of September's patch updates, the force field launcher received a reload. So after the force field is gone, you have to wait a couple seconds before using the force field launcher again. And you do also need to reach a certain level to be able to buy the force field launcher. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for today's video. If you guys have enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like, feel free to subscribe as well, and feel free to hit the bell icon to never miss a video. And as always, my name is Mr. Vince. I hope you all have an amazing day today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.